Hi, it's Mel here. I just thought today I would show you a little bit how I make my needle felted dodos. So everything starts with one of these little beads. This is going to be a baby dodo. So you start with bead, then I put wire through the bead and I twist it to make the legs. I'm not going to do this now because it takes too long. So then you get one of these guys who look kind of funny when you have like an army of them. I was making these on the train the other day. I get some very funny legs. So then they get their little legs put on, and this covers up the join. So if you can see on here, there's like a sharp bit of wire. So this covers that up so that's not visible and it's not going to snag anybody. And also it looks cool because it looks like bird legs. And they get their little tail. And the next thing they get is a little head. Whoops. Drunk dodos. They get a little head. So I'm going to make the wings and the beak now, and the face. So you can see how I do that. So I'll leave this guy here. I'll see if he falls over. He probably will. So this is merino wool. It has some red in it. This is just sheep's wool that's been shorn from the sheep, then carded and cleaned, and you get this very soft, fluffy, cotton woolly looking stuff. This is a foam pad. This is just upholstery foam. You can use other things. There's other things out in the market, but I mean, this is £6 for a giant chunk of I don't even think this one's £6, but this is a giant chunk of furnishing foam, and it's, you know, really cheap. So if you're going to do it cheap, save money. You don't need to buy all the flashy equipment. So this is a felting needle. This one is a twisted needle. And they have very sharp needles with special barbs, which mat the wool into felt. And you just have to keep poking it like this. Keep turning it because it gets floofy. A bit of a rub. I get my needles from Heidi Feathers on Etsy because she's a really good range. And she's very good at answering questions if you're not sure what you need. I've got several different kinds of needles. I've got thin ones and thick ones, and like I say, this is a twisted one. The twisted ones are brilliant for flat things. Kind of an all-purpose needle, really. I only discovered them recently. I might need to use a different one. This one is a triangular needle. That's quite a thick one. So they're very good for sort of shaping the edges and making them neat. Ow. You will stab yourself every day. Still stab myself. I've been doing this for 11 years, so you'd think I'd be better at it, but I'm not. Okay, there's one way. So we're going to leave this little fluffy bit so I can attach it to the body in a second. Oh, this red. Get that out. So I taught myself how to needle felt from a book and from YouTube clips. I didn't, wrong needle. I didn't have classes or anything like that. my teacher, I was doing wet felting, and my teacher told me, my teacher told me that you could do felting with needles, and I didn't believe her. And then I went online and I had a look. And apparently you can. Just give it a quick rub. That kind of gets the fluffy bits down, makes life easier. I hope you can see this. I know it's white on white, but the big ones take so much longer to do, so I didn't want to do a long video because I don't like talking. And also, it's pretty boring to watch somebody stab the same piece of fluff for 25 minutes. This is why we're doing a little one first. I'll probably do a speeded up version of this as well. Just make sure they're about the same size. Yep. I'm going to do the edges. It's very addictive, needle felting. It's very good if you've had a really bad day and your boss has been mean to you. You just come home and imagine this is his face. Not that I have a boss anymore, but when I did, that was very good. More fluff at the top. So I like needle felting. It's very forgiving. If you mess up, it's just a case of you can add a little more wool or cover it up. Turn it into something else. Okay, so then we get a little dodo body. How are we going to have this? Oh, yeah, do this one. You switch now. These are just the same needles as before, but if you're working something in, sometimes it's easier to hold two together. You can get holders that hold like more than this, but I don't find you have a lot of control with them. They don't hold them very far apart, so they don't hold them the right distance. I've just got used to doing it like this. Got one. Really hope I'm in frame. Oops. Two. That way. Oh, excuse me. I've had a cold since Christmas. So this is what I mean by it's very forgiving. So you can see a join there. Well, you might not be able to. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. You can just give a little bit of fluff, not that much fluff, and you can blend it in, and then it becomes seamless. There we go. How's he looking? I think this side is going to be his face. He needs a little blend that in too. Oh, I hope the camera's not wobbling too much. This is a problem. I need a tripod that doesn't stand on my table. There you go. There he is. Now he needs a face. So this is the same stuff that's just been dyed. A bit much. So, beak. Oops. Might be a bit fat. Work that out. sorry about the sniffing. I need to blow my nose, but I don't want to do that on camera. A little bit of grey for the end of his beak. Quite much. Just work that in. You have to keep turning it, otherwise you end up with all this fluffy stuff, and it's very small, so it's easier to do large things. You see me swapping needles a lot. It's mostly because the way you needle felt is you do it by feel, really, and it just, different needles are good for different things. This is just catching all those loose bits and bobs so it's not too fluffy. And anyone who's done this before, I'll be wincing at how close to my fingers I'm getting. So we have beak. That needs to go on there. And just work that onto the solid. I'm actually going through it and into my fingers at the moment. It's just stupid. This one needles again. I keep meaning to talk, but I don't quite know what to say. You get caught up in it. Okay. It's okay. You need the face. Some eyes. You don't need to be too precise because then you just work it in. It feels like a lot of wool, but it does all just vanish, and you just shape it how you need it to be. Even it out a bit. Ow. See, told you. You're watching this upside down, aren't you? Maybe I'll flip the video. Oh, bum. Look. I'm going to stop for a bit until the bleeding stops. And the bleeding stopped. Yay! There we go. His head's a bit wonky. So now he needs some eyes. This is part I always find tricky because it's hard to get them the same size. You end up with quite boggle-eyed things, but I think that suits the project. Try and get them, you know, at least reasonably even. I never know what the expressions they're going to have. Sometimes they come out quite angry. sometimes come out looking quite silly, but most birds look a bit mental, so it's just in the nature of what they are. So I think it's either way. This is why I stabbed myself. I'm trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay, that one's a little bit too big. Then we have an iris, which is a pale yellow. You're only seeing a tiny bit of that dark grey. It just means that the eyes aren't going to get lost in the face, because it needs two eyes. This is a winking dodo. I could do a winking dodo. There we go. Pretty much stop talking now because I'm concentrating. I don't want to stab myself again. Oh, I need a little bit more. You see what I mean about how forgiving it is. You make a mistake, you just add a little more until it's how you want it. I'm rushing a little because I don't want this video to go on too long. Stop. That's how you stab yourself. That's how you make mistakes when you rush. Take it easy. Okay, then it needs a pupil. Might be a bit big. Oh, can you see? You're at a point where you feel like you're torturing a small animal, but I promise you can't feel a thing. To even out that pupil a bit. It's strange doing this in the quiet, because normally I do it while I have the TV on. I'm working my way through Grey's Anatomy at the moment. Addictive to medical dramas. Ooh. How's that looking? Okay, not good, not bad. Okay, and then this is the final little bit. This is where every Feltmeupdesigns bird gets. Is this tiny little glimmer in the eye, and this is supposed to be reflection. Because without them, they can look a bit creepy, creepy and a little bit dead. So this is like the spark of life. There we go. This is the hardest bit to get even. This is where they start looking a bit googly-eyed. It's a little bit more. There we go. And there is one dodo. Ta-da!